What's up guys, Slash here. Today we're going to be looking at a updated version of Teen Gohan for set 22. So, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to do so, it helps me out greatly. And, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, here we are, we have Gohan. Now this is more of a shorter video, we're just showing some more of the updates of what we have now today. Obviously if you're curious about how the deck is actually played, you can go check out the other video that I had of the Gohan deck, and I'll do more of a debrief of turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course it'll showcase more of the deck and what each card does. But here we're looking more at the updates to see what it would look like more in BT22. So, we'll start with more or less the same thing we have. We have a 2-2 split of our Vegetas and Trunkses. Now this is a really good card, but I usually only do it once per game, if sometimes not even at all. But it really helps with drawing and just peeling that little bit of pressure to your opponent. We also have 4 Gokus and of course 3 Gohans. We don't need so many Gokus and Gohans, but it's still really handy to have it because it's going to be our awakening condition in the first place. And then of course we've got our 4 Son Goku's Decision Maids. This is just a really handy card for our counters, and also I mostly use it just for boosting. Then, of course, we've got the 4 copies of the Goku Gohan card. It's great for a little bit of hand destruction, it's got barrier removal, it's got everything. So you already know the card by now, I'm sure you do. We also have the 3 copies of the Great Ape. I usually do this around like turn 1-ish. So it's a great turn 1 play. It really can screw your opponent over on that turn 1. Then, of course, we've got the 3 copies of Fated Rivals, just as we always do. And we run 3 copies of Kaioken with our Indomitable Spirit, because this becomes a free EX Evolve on top of our Kaioken Goku. So you play your Kaioken Goku, you do hand destruction to your opponent, then you evolve with this on top, and now you've got a nice little 25k double strike barrier to your opponent, and then it can restand at the end of your turn. Then we also have our 4 copies of our super combos, the Paragus, just the best one to use. We have 2 Effortless Strikes because we have so many extra cards. We'll be able to get this out and be live by turn 3 without any problems. We also have 4 copies of Uneasy Awakened Rage. It's just such a good counter. We all know it by now. And we pair that with 2 Dormants. So originally I was running 1 Dormant, but I found that the card is just too valuable. So I found that I needed to run 2 to keep that consistency going, where you at least see it possibly 1 a game, and that's all you need. So typically around turn 3, maybe turn 4, you can pop this out and pair it with your Uneasing. That way it just shuts off your opponent's turn. Or you can even do it with the Homicidal Clones or whatever other counters you want to use. Then we also have 1 Goku's Kamehameha. Now, of course, you don't have to run this card. You could cut this from your list if you feel like you have enough counters. But I found that this is very handy, that if you see it that one time, that you can just remove their 4 or less on the field, that you don't want to have to spend your battle cards to attack it with. And then, of course, we also have 2 copies of Homicidal Clones. Just amazing free counter to use. We also have our Cell's Earth-Destroying Kamehameha. This is a really good hand destruction to your opponent as well. We have quite a lot of hand destruction in general, because we have our Goku Gohans, we have our Kaiokens, we have even cooler Effortless Strike if you want to use it if they have 8 or more cards in hand. We have our Uneasy Awakened Rage. We've got our Earth-Destroying Kamehamehas, so we have a lot of counters and milling, like hand destruction to your opponent. Then we've got a little bit more of the spice for the deck. So, first of all, we have our Overrealm. We're going with the Vegeta. Obviously, you can use whatever you want, but this is pretty much the best choice that you can use because it has a combo cost, it's a 30k beat stick, and it removes one of their cards on field. But the cool little spice for this is Cell Max. So obviously, it's no surprise, we all know Cell Max, it's a great card. But the cool little thing about this card is that we're going to be pairing this up with the new Z Battle card, the SS3 Broly Tyrant. Now this card is so good, it will become a 1-cost 1Z energy. All you have to do is remove 1 of your battle cards that's not unique. So of course you can play something, it's rested, it's useless now, you get rid of the card, you play this for 1-1. This will become on turn 4, a 25k double strike to your opponent. And then it has this cool little effect here, Activate Main. If you have 3 or more energy and you place 1 non-unique card from your battle area in the drop, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. That is really good, because what you can do is you choose your cell. So now you actually have a way to be able to remove your cell on the field yourself which will therefore activate the effect of Cell. If this card would be removed from the battle area, choose all your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier, KO them, and place one card from your opponent's life and their drop. That is so good. So we now have an actual chain that works with it. Not only that, but if you decide you don't want to use Faded Rivals and you thought that this is enough barrier removal for you for the deck, you can take out all 3 Faded Rivals and just run 2 Cooler Arm Forces now. Because if you have a Z battle card with an energy cost of 2 or more in play in your battle area, switch this card to active mode. Now this card has become a double strike barrier dual attack. Amazing. So there are plenty of new options you can run. There's even the Android 18 Son Goku card. I'll put it up on screen somewhere here so you can see it. This is also requires you to have a Z battle card in play, but not necessarily a 2 cost or more. However, this deck has become so much stronger, and it was already strong already. So that's more or less the video. I'd love to know what your favorite card is to come out of set 22 so far. And if you like the video, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Thanks for watching. Peace. Links to the deck will be in the video description.